Hello. I am making some bread pudding. I don't know if y'all like to repurpose food, but we do in this house, and let me explain. Sort of like bread, stale bread, we can make bread pudding out of, and I love Louisiana style bread pudding. That being said, I made some about a month ago, and the only person here in Arkansas that liked it was my little Mikey. He's my son-in-law. He'll eat anything. He's Romanian, though, and he's used to various types of food. Now, my husband and his people, if it ain't chocolate, they are not eating it. That's how they are with their sweet stuff. So, I'm going to make it a little bit different. I looked online and looked about like 50 different recipes, and I found one, and I'm gonna sort of finagle it, my version. Okay, let me get my hands washed and let's get to it. All right, got my hands clean, and in a separate bowl I've already crumbed up probably about 3 to 4 cups of bread. Now, to this bowl, I'm going to try to get 2 cups of sugar out of this booger, but I don't know that I will. 1. Okay, we got about 1 3/4. I'm going to make the difference up in brown sugar. If you have 2 cups of white sugar, by all means, you can do white sugar. Make sure when you're doing brown sugar, you pack it in. So I'm going to do 1, and then I'm going to do like that 1/4 cup that we was missing on the white. Remember, brown sugar is nothing but white sugar with some molasses in it. So basically what and what. So that's what we've got. 3 cups now of sugar. I've got 2 eggs that we're going to put in it, and these are double yolked eggs. If you don't have double yolked, use 4 to 5 regular size eggs, but that's what I've got, so that's what I'm putting in this one. I have a half a stick of butter that I've melted, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I don't know why it is, when you get to cooking, everything in the world just itches. Alright, so we've got that. I'm going to go ahead and crack these eggs, and I'm going to crack them in this bowl because I know me, I will get a yolk in it quick. And being it's all going to the same place, we're going to use that same spatula. And I'm just whisking it up. Alright, got that. We're going into this pot with the sugar. We are going to add about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. This is vanilla bean paste, but if all you've got is regular vanilla, by all means, that's good enough. Okay, I'm going to get this stirred up. Now, I'm going to pour that sugar mixture over this. Just pour it directly over your bread. So this is how I'm going to fix the chocolate problem. I have these semi-sweet minis, and I'm going to pour, let me measure. I'm not good at measuring, everybody. That's just not something I do. I sort of measure with my heart. Let's put a cup in there. And now keep in mind, these are going to melt. They're not like the bigger ones that sort of you use in your chocolate chips. That's not what this is. These are smaller. They're going to melt. So they're going to turn this like into a chocolatey bread pudding. Let me get my hands washed. Then we're going to turn on, we're going to go to the milk. Okay. I had to go put my hair up. It was itching the badoobies out of me. Okay, so I am using spice rum. Now, you can use whatever you want. A lot of the recipes call for brandy. I've used brandy, I've used bourbon. This time I'm going to use about 1/4 cup. Okay, that'll be good. Of rum. I love spiced rum. So in this, I'm going to use, if I can get a cup out of here, a cup of whipping cream, which I can only get a 1/2 cup. That's okay. That's all right. It is what it is, and we use what we got. That is one of the great things I love about cooking. A lot of recipes are just forgiving. All right, so I'm going to use the other 1/2 cup that I didn't get from the whipping cream, and then I'm going to add another cup in here, and let's just give it a stir and see what we're working with. It smells good. Smells really good. Make sure you get all of your bread saturated, because if not, that sort of defeats the purpose. So, and while I'm stirring it, I'm also sort of mashing. So mash your bread, because you don't want big chunks of bread. And you don't want it being too dry, because you don't want your bread pudding drying out as you're baking it. Also, while we're doing this stage, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. And guys, I think that's good. Smells divine. Now, the only other thing I'm going to do is add a little tad of sea salt. Recipes didn't require it. I don't care. I'm going to put about a teaspoon. And that's great. Okay. Now, I've already got my pan over here that I've buttered up. Now, if you don't want to butter yours and you want to use like a Pam spray, something of that nature, hey, go for it. All right. I'm going to get this poured up, and then we're going to plop it in the oven. Probably 35 to 45 minutes at 350, and we'll be back. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to let this sit, and I'm going to do another video about the icing that we're going to put on it. So if you want, catch the next video. But this is my chocolate chip banana bread pudding. Good stuff. I can smell the spice from it. Shh.